Freddie Bell in the morning, Chantel in the morning, Twin Cities good morning, 89.9, wake up, work out. Freddie Bell in the morning, Chantel in the morning, Twin Cities good morning, 89.9, wake up, work out.
89.9 KMOJ, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. This is Freddie Bell and Chantel Sings in the Morning. It's now 9:13. Again, I got tickets to Steve Miller. He's coming. The Steve Miller Band will be here tomorrow night at the Armory with guest India R. Reed. That's at 7 p.m. Those tickets are coming up shortly. Just be patient. We're going to give those tickets coming up shortly. For now, the color of the day is crayon green, so try crayon green today for your color of the day. Shout out to St. Cloud. Thank you guys in St. Cloud for waking up with the morning show. We appreciate you. Today's words of the wise is simply this: self-control is a necessary ability. Self-control is a necessary ability, so try it today. Try some self-control. Today is also National Pizza Day, Pepperoni Pizza Day anyway. On September 20th, we recognize the most popular pizza created ever. Pepperoni Pizza Day celebrates the pizza enjoyed by young and old people alike. While pizza comes in many flavors, pepperoni is the single most popular pizza around the world. Whether you want a Chicago style, New York thin, crispy, deep dish, top it off with pepperoni. There might be some places giving away free slices, so make sure you look that up online and enjoy a slice of pepperoni pizza today with your friends. Use the hashtag Pepperoni Pizza Day to post on your social media page. I'm down for that. 9:14, we have some very special guests in the studio joining us again. Please welcome to the studios Minnesota Department of Human Services Children and Family Services Director of Child Support, Shaneen Moore, and also Rahya Iliff. She's the Minnesota Victim Services Manager for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You ladies have some long tags on your... Hey, now.
You should be used to it right now.
I know, right? I'm just going to say the MD or HS. They'll figure it out. Well, welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. And welcome back, Shaneen, of course.
Thank you.
So in March, the Child Support Task Force co-chair and non-custodial parent Jimmy Lloyd was on the KMOJ talking about the group and the report that the task force submitted to the legislator back in February. Now, if you want to read that report, you can visit the Child Support Task Force website, and that's at mn.gov/DHS/Child Support Task Force. So as a custodial parent member of the task force and its co-chair, can you remind listeners about the work of the Child Support Task Force and what did that February report contain?
Well, the February report contained the recommendations that the task force came up with to update our guidelines for our basic child support.
So now tell us, what are some of the child support guidelines that the task force is reviewing?
You want to take that one? I will take that one. Okay. So the Child Support Task Force right now, we're working on various recommendations, and we're setting some priorities around issues that are affecting children and families. And so that includes payments related to federal poverty guidelines, simultaneous child support orders, parents who are subject to child support orders in multiple counties, so we see that a lot, parents with multiple families, non-nuclear families, so it's those families that have grandparents that are raising the children or other relatives, foster parents who serve as caretakers for the children, standards to apply for modification. So I think we talked a little bit about that the last time that I was here. And then the child support guidelines for the basic updates for basic support.
So now, Shaneen, in your opinion, why should listeners care about what this task force is doing, and how could it affect them directly?
Yep, so the work of the task force and the guidelines, we use that to establish child support in our program. And so in the work that the task force is doing, it's helping to bring forth recommendations that address various concerns that we have at the state office about the program that might impact families. So we want to do a better job at helping families create stability and create a sense of co-parenting and all the things that we've talked about over these last 10 months.
Absolutely. So, Rahya, as a custodial parent, why did you want to be a part of this task force?
You know, I wanted to help make a greater difference, and I can see the issues on both sides with custodial and non-custodial parents. I've been very fortunate that I have not had issues myself. Personal experiences with friends, family, neighbors, and also my past jobs, I've helped a lot of people get into the child support system to apply and to work with it. And so I can be an outsider looking in from all points, from both sides of the parent and also from the department. I also think that we need to focus on what's best for the kids, not just what is a percentage of your income and that's how much you're going to pay no matter how much you make or don't make.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. So what are some of the big issues that the task force will deal with next? Will the task force submit another report to the legislator? What would that be about, and when will that happen?
So yes, we will be submitting another report. It will be in about a year, a little less, 2019 February. And the issues are going to be kind of more what Shaneen was talking about, but to wrap up and to finish working on the guidelines and what factors go into figuring out the most fair way for all the parties involved to figure out their basic child support, you know, without going into every specific detail, because it is a lot of work. But we're really trying to be courteous and conscientious of everything for both sides and for everyone, and especially about the child. This is about children and being able to raise them, for both parents to be able to have them in their home and not have to struggle.
How long have you been on the task force?
I joined the task force just a year ago, so I came in about a year after it started. So yes, it's been a year now.
For both of you, probably the same question. What are some of the changes that you've seen with this task force being in place from when it started up until now?
You know, we had initially a lot of public comment meetings, and so we have an upcoming comment meeting on October 4th, and we traveled that first year throughout the state of Minnesota. So we had our very first public comment meeting was over at North Point, and then we went north of the metro and did one there. We did south of the metro, went out as far as Brainerd. So this time around we're going to go up a little west of the cities up to St. Cloud on October 4th and have our meeting there. But there's going to be a public comment opportunity from 2 to 3:30, and that's going to be at the Great River Regional Library in St. Cloud. And so I would welcome everyone that, if, you know, it's a little bit of a drive if you're here in the cities, but you should take the opportunity and come and voice your opinion. So I think since the very beginning, that has been the focus. And so in this last year, we have really, as a group, come together and really have heard various opinions about what's happening with child support and are working together to come up with great solutions.
Absolutely. It sounds like with child support, it's very tricky. It's like an ongoing task to try to make sure that everybody is treated fairly, that the kids are taken care of, that people are not feeling some kind of way about how much they're paying, how much they're receiving. At this meeting, are those just everyday people who pay child support or receive child support or looking to receive child support? Are they invited to this meeting to just speak their mind and say, hey, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm dealing with, what can we see change with this or that situation?
Yes. Absolutely. And so you know, like I said, in the meetings that we had just for public comment, some of those meetings were 3 or 4 hours where people just could come and voice their concerns. So we welcome
and
that.
And we really need that. You know, if everyone is at our meeting, we only have 4 parents represented, 2 custodial and 2 non-custodial. You know, I can sit and tell stories all day long to the committee that I've heard, and that doesn't make as much of an impact, I don't think, as, you know, when we go to a different site, like she said, Brainerd, we were in Mankato, now it's going to be St. Cloud. You know, there's different situations, different stories all over, and to have the real people come in and tell them is a huge impact for all of us, especially the people that are not in the child support system, which is a greater part of the task force. So it's good for them to hear those stories. Yeah,
for sure. I agree. I think it's amazing that you guys even allow the outlet for people to voice their opinions and their concerns and their issues, because you would think that this is the way it is, this is the way it's going to be, and you're going to have to live with that. But you're saying, no, we want to know what you're dealing with. What issues do you have with child support? How can we make it better? How can we make it work for everybody?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And that will, I mean, with the public comment, that will help us shape what our outcomes are going to be.
Right, for sure. It's a good thing. Well, thank you both, ladies. Any, for Shaneen, can listeners give their feedback? Where should they go for more information?
Yep. So as I've stated, public meetings, they're coming up. The task force is going until June 30, 2019, unless we get some legislation or other things in place to continue it.
Okay.
But I would invite people to come. As I've stated, give public comment. We have that public comment opportunity at every meeting at the end, so you're welcome to come there. There's also going to be opportunities to give input, and if you go to our website, as you said, it's min.gov/DHS/child support task force. But there's going to be an opportunity, especially with this upcoming meeting on October 4th, to go online if you can't come.
For sure.
And participate to give your input.
That's great.
So there's always that opportunity. And again, if there's always questions about the department or things that we're working on, you can always call us at our help desk. That's 651-431-4400, and we're always willing and able to answer questions that people have about their cases, questions about what's happening at their county, etc.
All right. Well, thank you, Shaneen. Thank you, Rahya, for coming on the show. And Rahya, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Rahya. Thank you, ladies, for stopping by and just kind of giving us an update on the task force. And we look forward to having you coming back and giving us another update on it. Again, for the listeners, you can go to the next Child Support Task Force meeting. It's October 4th. It's going to be from 2 to 3:30 at the Great River Regional Library in St. Cloud. And if you Google Child Support Task Force, you should see the link pop up.
Absolutely.
You can Google anything
and
these days.
And on our public website, I'll just leave everyone with this. We have all the minutes, all the agendas, all the presentations, so you can become very informed about what we've been working on these last 2 years. I suggest everyone go and do that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, ladies, once again.
Thank you for having us.